What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, we're going to be talking about silver and also gold, along with the taxes you're expected to pay upon selling the precious metals. We're going to be answering a subscriber's question related to this, along with a list of other questions. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, last but not least, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Deposit any amount, you get 5 free stocks. Refer one friend by tomorrow night. They're going to give you 10 free random stocks. And if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, they're going to give you a spin on the Webull wheel, which gives you a guaranteed free share of Apple with the chance of winning all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Sunday, April 17th, 2022. I'm just now realizing it's Easter by the time this video comes out, so happy Easter, everybody. Hope everyone has a good day with the family. But believe it or not, as I'm filming the video, it's actually still Monday the 11th, which means I have no idea what the spot price is going to be by the time the video comes out, so head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So today, we're going to be doing the weekly Sunday Q&A. I have a couple of questions that I screenshot here. I'm looking at them right now. Got some interesting ones today. And we're going to be running through them pretty quick. And if anybody wants to be featured in next week's Q&A or just a future Q&A video, head on down to the comments and ask away. Any questions you have related to silver, gold, prepping, personal finance, really anything that would make sense for the channel, ask away. And any of the questions that I answer in today's video, if you'd like to extend on some of my answers, or if you would answer them in a different way, you're more than welcome to head on down to the comments and answer away as well. So, first question we have here is coming from Frank, and the question is, I'm looking for safe storage of my silver and gold. Can anyone recommend a practical home safe? What does everyone use? Good question. I personally believe that safes are incredibly important when it comes to stacking. I am one of the many people, most people within the silver and gold stacking world understand the importance of a safe. There are some people out there who are very, very anti-safe. They think it makes you a target. I could not possibly disagree more with that. But there are a lot of different safes you can go for, and if you ask 10 different people, you're more than likely going to get 10 different answers on what the best safe is, or what safe makes the most sense, or which one's the most practical, or which one's the highest quality for the lowest possible price tag. But to be honest with you, when it comes to the price tag, that should not be your number one priority when it comes to safes. When it comes to a lot of other things, sure, go for the cheaper one, go for the not so high quality model. But when it comes to safes, that's not something you want to screw around with. That's not something that you're not going to want to go the cheap way. Because unfortunately, if cheap is what you're paying for, cheap is usually what you're going to get. So I'll tell you what I personally believe is the best possible safe. And just for the record, it's not a safe that I have yet. It's a safe that I strive to get one day. And it's actually kind of on the expensive side, but it's for a reason. Price is what you pay, value is what you get, and this thing is a monster. It's from the brand Sturdy. Sturdy safes. I do not have one, but I definitely want to get one. When the time comes for me to upgrade my safe, when it gets to the point where my safe runs out of room for any more silver and gold, I can go really one of two different directions. I can go and get another safe similar to the one that I have and work on filling that one up as well. Or I can go for the Sturdy safe, which is significantly bigger than the one that I have. And not only is it significantly bigger, but it's significantly safer. It's enormous. It's this massive, bulky safe. And a lot of people will tell you, make sure to get a safe that's at least a couple 100 pounds empty. It'll weigh a whole lot more when you fill it up with a whole bunch of metal, but make sure it's at least a couple 100 pounds empty. Sturdy safes? These things are over 1,000 pounds, 1,300, 1,500 pounds. I've actually seen a couple of models that are closer to 2,000 pounds, and there might even be some out there that weigh even more than that. Point being is that the sturdy safe is insane, and it's really tall as well. Tall with really thick metal walls. In fact, if you have a sturdy safe and you figure out a way to fill it all the way to the top with silver and gold and you have no room for any more, like I said before, you can either get another one and work on filling that up, or you can upgrade it. But from a sturdy safe, I don't know if you can even figure out a way to upgrade it. I think the only way to upgrade from a sturdy safe is to get a freaking vault. These things are insane. I strongly recommend you go and check some of these out. They are insane. And like I said before, I don't have one, but I strive to get one. I'm unwilling to get one right now because number one, a little bit out of my price range, but two, and more importantly, I don't want to get one of these things until after I move. I don't want to deal with the headache of relocating with one of these crazy safes, a borderline vault. I don't know how that would even be doable or possible, but either way, if you can't afford a sturdy safe or you can't afford a more expensive safe like that, make sure it's something that weighs at least a couple 100 pounds. The brand isn't the most important thing. Like I said, if you ask 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different answers. Somebody might say, oh, get a first alert. Somebody else might say, get a sentry safe. There are so many different types of safes out there. And for the most part, they all do the same thing. Just make sure it's from a reputable company. Don't go for one of those cheap little Walmart ones. Make sure you're going for a high quality safe. Make sure you're getting something that's like fireproof. Make sure you get something that is at least a couple 100 pounds when it's empty. Again, it'll weigh a whole lot more when you fill it up with silver and gold. If you don't have a whole lot of silver and gold to fill it up with, you can do what I did at the very beginning. Toss a couple of weight plates in there if the safe is big enough to stick a 45-pound weight plate. Or if not, maybe throw a couple of 25-pound weight plates just to give it a little bit more weight. And something you could do on top of that is to bolt it down to the ground. That way, worst case scenario, you can't even, it's going to be incredibly difficult to move. And that's by design. You want it to be incredibly difficult to move. You want it to be as close to impossible to move as you can get it. So if it weighs hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, if it's bolted down to the ground, if it's well hidden, if it's fireproof, that's probably as safe as you could possibly get. Next question is coming from Mez, asking me, nice video. How well do the 10th ounce gold maples fit into the airtights? I heard them rattle a bit. Would you agree? Good question. Yeah, I actually have the tube of 10th ounce gold coins with me right here. Different gold coins from different countries. I know you're talking about the 10th ounce, so I'm not even going to bring out the quarter ounce ones. But when it comes to 10th ounce gold coins from different countries, they're different coins for different reasons. They're from different mints. They're all different. So some of them are slightly different size when it comes to the diameter. Like we're talking about like millimeters over here. Very, very, very slight different size, and being that one might appear to be a little bit smaller, it's probably a little bit thicker. So they fit in the airtights differently. I know you're asking about the maple leaf. Let me first show you a gold eagle, a 10th ounce gold eagle. This right here is pretty much the perfect fit. You can tell. Does not rattle around. Perfectly snug. The absolute perfect fit. Fits like a glove. The maple leaf, on the other hand, a little bit smaller than the eagle. I mean, it's the same amount of gold, but when it comes to the diameter, a little bit smaller. Listen to this. So yeah, they rattle around a little bit. I don't have a problem with that. I can't imagine anybody else having a problem with that. But to answer your question, yes, they do rattle a little bit, but not really enough for it to be a problem. It doesn't make all that much noise. I mean, you gotta really be rattling it. But yeah, it does move around a little bit in the airtight. And when it comes to the little 10th ounce gold maple leafs to begin with, you don't really need to put them in airtights. The only reason I do I just realized that they're not even really in frame. The only reason I put them in airtights is because, well, actually, to be honest with you, I don't put them in airtights. The only ones that I put in airtights are one of each type of gold coin. I have more than one 10th ounce gold eagle, more than one 10th ounce gold maple. All of the other ones, I just keep them in the little plastic flip that they come in. In a little plastic flip, lock them up, and pretty much do the set it and forget it type of approach. I came up with something that I called the International Troy Ounce of Gold, where I was pretty much on a mission for a while to get a 10th ounce gold coin, or 10 different 10th ounce gold coins from 10 different countries. I don't know, it was just something cool that I came up with that I was running with for a little while. I only made it 60% of the way there. I also have this little kookaburra. This arrived with a different type of airtight capsule. So this one, nothing like those. But anyway, I got to 6 when it came to 10th ounce gold coins. Unfortunately, there are a few other gold coins out there, 10th ounce gold coins to be a little bit more specific. I wanted to go for the elephant, I wanted to go for the Libertad, and a few others, but unfortunately I had already reached all of the 10th ounce gold coins that carried what I consider to be a fair premium. The 10th ounce gold Libertad, have fun forking over the cash for one of those. Those things are like $300 last time I checked, and each of these little 10th ounce gold coins, according to melt value, is really only worth between $190 and $200. Premium on top of that brings it up to $210, $220, $230. And of course I want to get a little 10th ounce gold Libertad. I wouldn't be opposed to paying a premium on that. $210, $220, $230. I might not even have that big of a problem paying $240. But there's no way in the world I'm paying $300 for one of those things. I want one. Don't need it that bad. I like them, but I don't love them. At least not enough to fork over that kind of currency, which is why at this point I'm paying a little bit more attention to slightly larger denomination pieces of gold. And at this point, to be honest with you, I'm not even against going after pieces of gold that aren't even government minted. I'm not against going after just some little gold bars or something like that. I guess we'll see. I'm not really overly fixated on gold at the moment, but to answer your question, yeah, some of the gold coins, a little bit different of a diameter, so they fit in the airtights a little bit differently. I personally don't have a problem with that, but there's the answer to your question. Next question we have is coming from Scott, asking me, does the face value of silver or gold coins matter? Like, could I move 10,000 gold eagles across the U.S. border, or is it melt value? Good question, and first and foremost, if you have 10,000 gold eagles to move across the country, congratulations to you. That's a whole lot of gold. I'm going to go ahead and assume you meant to say silver eagles, though, because each one is $1 face value, and since you said 10,000, when it comes to face value, that would be $10,000, and there is a limit to how much silver and gold you can transport or relocate when you're going to different countries or hopping on a plane or whatever, and $10,000 is the limit. So the answer to the question is, it comes down to how much it's worth when it comes to the silver and gold content. You're not supposed to transport more than $10,000 worth of gold or worth of silver. So it's not about taking 10,000 silver eagles with you from this country to that country. It's about $10,000 worth of silver. And unfortunately, the way spot price works, there's no real specific number. I can't say, oh, that's X amount of ounces of silver, because guess what? If spot price goes up or down a couple of dollars, that number is going to change. But that's what it is, $10,000 worth of gold or $10,000 worth of silver you're not supposed to transport to other countries, and that's just for like money laundering purposes or something like that. But at the end of the day, you can transport jewelry. No limit on that. So I'm starting to wonder, what would happen if you figured out a way to put over $10,000 worth of gold on a gold chain. And you walk through airport security, don't have to worry about anything. Technically, it's jewelry. Shouldn't be a problem. I don't know how doable or realistic that would be, and it would also be a little bit obnoxious, but hey, there are always ways around these things. But yeah, when it comes down to it, it's the melt value, it's according to spot price, it's according to how much the silver or gold is worth in dollar bills. It has nothing to do with face value. And even if it did, I don't even know how it would be possible to physically take 10,000 silver eagles on an airplane anyway. But hey, something to think about. Next question we have here is coming from Bundy, asking me, please excuse my ignorance, but what are goldbacks? Good question. These right here are goldbacks. They are little gold foil notes. These are not for stacking. At least I 100% do not consider these to be anything worth stacking. These are something that you would get for fun. This is something that is, it's more about the art than anything else. I can show you what they look like, because if I said the word goldback and you didn't know what I was talking about, odds are this is probably the first time you're seeing them. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who don't know what goldbacks are, or maybe they're just like me and they enjoy looking at them. So the first one we have here is a 1 goldback note. This one's from New Hampshire. And you can see right down there at the bottom, even though this isn't like stack-worthy gold, this is 1/1000th of a troy ounce of gold. Then, of course, we have 1 Nevada goldback. And like I said before, this is more about the art than anything else. I showed these to a friend or two, and let's be honest, most people out there do not really understand the concept of stacking precious metals or really anything about real, true, honest money. Here's a 1 Utah goldback, by the way. The best way I can explain to people is that these are just, it's basically art made out of money. And I like art and I like money, so it's just kind of fitting. Next one we have here is a 5 Utah goldbacks note. This was sent in from Joseph. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So now that we're working with a slightly larger denomination, instead of working with the 1s, we're working with the 5s now. These are 1/200th of a troy ounce of gold. So you can do the math on your own and figure out how much each goldback is worth based on how much gold it contains. But they do carry a little bit of a premium. And if you figure out how much it's worth, which, by the way, it's really just a couple of dollars, because it's like just a small, tiny fraction of a piece of gold, the premium makes the grand total amount to be 3 times what it's actually worth, roughly around there. Again, we're just working with a couple of dollars over here. If something's really only worth $3 and you have to pay $9 for it, sure, that's a crazy premium, but at the end of the day, it's only $9, and if I'm having fun by getting them, then that's the most important thing. Again, I don't stack these, I just pick a couple up for fun. This is the 5 New Hampshire goldbacks note, and then of course the 5 Nevada goldbacks note. And then finally we have the 10 goldback notes. Utah, 1/100th of a troy ounce of gold. Again, all you got to do is a little bit of math. If the spot price of gold right now is about $1,900 or so, then you can just look at that right there and be like, okay, that's about $19 worth of gold. They're probably going to be somewhere in the $50 to $60 range. Again, it's for fun. You don't have to stack them, because they're not really for stacking. Just putting that out there. The 10 Nevada goldbacks note. And then finally, here's the last one that I own, the 5 New Hampshire goldbacks note. Cool artwork. So yeah, that's what goldbacks are. Only a couple of states, in fact, only 3 states so far, have their Goldbacks. I believe Wisconsin is releasing theirs at the end of the month, and I want to say it's South Dakota is the next state in line, should be releasing theirs toward the end of the year. And who knows, maybe a couple of years down the road, all 50 states will have a different Goldback. Time will tell. Next question we have is coming from, wow, look at that, Mykie DYDSS 2, asking me, how long do we have to still get 10 free stocks? Excellent question. Now, for those of you who do not know, you can actually get a bunch of free stocks this month, and it's very, very time sensitive. Right off the bat, if you download Webull and fund your account, they're going to give you 5 free stocks just for doing so. Just for signing up, they're going to give you 5 free stocks. If you deposit any amount, and you can deposit 1 penny, it still counts. And I know that to be true because that's what I did. 5 free stocks just for doing so. And if you want to get 10 free stocks, you only have until tomorrow night. All you got to do is refer 1 friend. That's it. Tell 1 friend about the app. Just click the little send button, send it to someone that you know, and you're going to get 10 free random stocks. They might be $3 stocks, they might be $10 stocks, they might be $50 stocks. It's just whatever you get. 10 free random stocks. And you only have until tomorrow night. This promo is only going on until the 18th of April. It's the 17th right now. You only have until tomorrow, so capitalize on that while you can. And I know there are some people out there who don't understand where these free stocks come from. They hear like, oh, free stocks, that doesn't make any sense. This is part of Webull's advertising budget. Instead of wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials and stuff like that, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. It's a beautiful idea, and I'm all about word of mouth advertising. I think it's the best possible way to go, and that's exactly what Webull does. Like I said, if you want the 10 free stocks for referring 1 person, you only have until tomorrow night. But if you refer 3 people by the end of the month, you have about 2 weeks left to do this one. Webull will give you a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple, which at the time I'm recording is worth about $160 to $170. But you also have the chance of winning 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 15 free shares of Apple. It's whatever you land on, but you're guaranteed at least 1. But you could win all the way up to 15, and each of them are worth $160 to $170 right now. If you don't want the free stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. And then sell them. Congratulations, now you have the cash to go and get you some silver and gold if that's what you want, or go and get whatever it is that you want, because now you have the currency to do so. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. The 10 free stock promo ends in about 24 hours. Go get your free stocks. And now the final question we have is coming from Amarubis. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. But the question is, do you have to pay taxes when you sell your silver? If so, why? How does anyone know what you gained? Good question, or actually good 3 questions. And here's the thing. When it comes to parting ways with your silver or parting ways with your gold, do you have to pay taxes when you sell your silver? That was the first question within the comment. The answer is yes, if you sold at a gain, or you're expected to. If you, let's just say, sell $15,000, $20,000 worth of silver and gold to your local coin shop, by law, they are required to report it. And that gets Uncle Sam involved. But if you part ways with your silver and gold in smaller increments, let's just say $100 or $500 or $1,000 at a time, they're not legally required to report it. It would be on you. It's expected that you report it on your own when it comes to doing your taxes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do. There are people that incriminate themselves left and right. I get comments on my videos all the time saying,
I'm not paying taxes, I'm evading taxes, and I'm proud of it.
Trust me, that's going to come back to haunt them. So if you're one of those people who are
like, I'm not paying taxes when I sell.
do what you want to do what you got to do, Just understand there's a lot of self-incrimination going on when you tell people about that. So then the second part of the question is, if so, why? Like I said, only if you see gains. And why is because it's called capital gains tax. It goes for pretty much anything. This goes for collectibles, this goes for investments, this goes for the silver and gold, real estate as well, by the way. Anything that you put your dollars into that grows in value over time, those are the gains. So let's just say you put $1,000 into silver. And let's just say that $1,000 turns into, let's just say, $5,000 worth of silver, and you sell it all. And you report it. You're not paying taxes on $5,000. You're only paying taxes on $4,000. Because you put $1,000 in. And if you cash out at $5,000, 1,000 of those $5,000, that was yours to begin with. That's not taxed. The gains are taxed. The $4,000 worth of gains on top of your $1,000 that you put in the first place. That right there is your principal. That right there is what you started with. The gains, or what some people refer to as the house's money, that gets taxed. And then the third part is probably the trickiest part of the question. How does anyone know what you gained? That right there is tricky because nobody does know what you gained. Unless, of course, there's a paper trail. Unless, of course, you get all your silver and gold online. Or if you go to the local coin shop and pay with a debit card or a credit card. That way, you can keep all of the receipts with you as somewhat of a proof of purchase. Let's just say the grand total amount of currency you spent on each and every individual troy ounce of silver was $29, let's just say. Spot price plus a little bit of a premium brought it up to about $29 on average. You add up every single bit and it comes down to an average cost of $29, and you sold at, let's just say, $32. You're paying taxes on those couple of dollars, those $3 for each and every troy ounce of silver. And let's just say you have, 1,000 troy ounces of silver. 1,000 troy ounces of silver, according to Uncle Sam, a $3 profit per troy ounce would bring it up to a gain of $3,000. So there's a lot of math involved, and you're going to need the receipts, you're going to need the proof of purchases. But at the end of the day, like you said, how does anybody know what you gained? I got to answer your question with a question. How does anybody know what you bought? If you use the cash, your own physical cash that you're holding in your hand, that you keep in your wallet, and you use the cash to go and get silver and gold at the local coin shop, how does anybody know that you have the silver in the first place, other than the coin shop? How does anybody know anything? Nobody knows if you've seen any gains. Nobody knows if you've seen any losses. Nobody knows if you bought anything, if you sold anything, if you're holding anything. Nobody knows. But if you part ways with more than $9,999.99 worth of silver or gold at the local coin shop, they are legally required to report it, and that's what gets Uncle Sam involved. Most people don't sell more than $10,000 worth at a time. They sell in small increments, probably for that reason right there. And I'm not going to sit here and say that you need to pay taxes on it because I don't know your financial situation, but you are expected to report it. That's something that you're going to want to talk to your accountant about. That's something that you're going to want to talk to your financial advisor about. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say in my videos or anything I've ever said on this channel is financial advice or tax advice or anything like that. And at the end of the day, there is one way you can give yourself a guaranteed surefire way of not paying taxes, and that is to simply not sell. That's my goal. I have no intentions of selling. I've never sold anything, and I don't plan on it. I might trade up some of my silver for gold if an opportunity to do so presents itself. But hey, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I know one thing for sure, though. I do not want to take any of my silver or any of my gold and exchange it back for cash. That right there is not an option in my world. things would have to get pretty bad for me to resort to something like that. There would need to be some major emergency, which, fingers crossed, God please forbid that from happening. But hey, you don't have to pay taxes if you don't sell, and most people sell in small increments to not have to worry about anything like that. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you have any questions for me, if you want to be featured in a future Q&A video, head on down to the comments and ask away. Anything stacking, prepping, or personal finance related. And of course, if you want to extend on any of my answers when it comes to the question that I answered in this video, you're more than welcome to do so down in the comments. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs, and a lot of the products are actually raising some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free, and every Saturday morning I post a brand new adventure vlog. I just posted one yesterday morning. This one was actually a really interesting one. You're going to want to go and watch that, so feel free to do so. VIP Club link in the description. Come hang out with us. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. They're going to give you 5 free stocks just for doing so, and you can deposit as little as a penny and it still works. 5 free stocks just for joining. They're going to give you 10 free stocks if you refer one friend by tomorrow night. Very time sensitive. You have about 24 hours left. And if you refer 3 friends, by the end of the month, they're going to give you a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple, worth about $160 to $170, with the chance of winning all the way up to 15 free shares of Apple, each worth $160 to $170. Very time sensitive. You only have about 2 weeks left to do that one. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, when it comes to everything shared in today's video, what are your thoughts? If you have any questions for me, head on down to the comments and ask away. Anything silver related, gold related, personal finance related, prepping related, ask away. And I'll try to feature you in a future Q&A video. And of course, if there's anything that I said in this video that you would like to extend on, if there's anything that you would like to change about my answer, if I answered something differently than how you answered, head on down and let us all know. What safe would you recommend? What are your thoughts on airtights for 10th-ounce gold coins? What do you think about transporting more than $10,000 worth of silver and gold to another country? What do you think of Goldbacks? What do you think of having only 24 hours left to go and get 10 free stocks by referring one friend on Webull, link in the description? And of course, what are your thoughts on capital gains tax when it comes to the silver and gold? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.